Hello, everybody. I am live. I haven't been live in a minute. Please get those likes up. I'm putting that in the chat. Get those likes up, baby. Let me pin that message. Okay, I see. Y'all getting my notifications. Okay, so usually I have my timer, but that has changed some. So I'm just waiting for you to come on in before I really get started in here. Have a few things to talk about. Some current events. Some things that I haven't even watched myself. There are some stories that I haven't looked at, like the Ayesha story. We're going to get into that. Hey, Alexander. There's a little bit of buffering, so please be sure to let me know if there's any issues with hearing me, anything with the audio, anything like that. So, okay, so I have one person and maybe there are a few more lurkers. I'm not sure. So we're going to jump right on in with some of these stories. Actually, let me see something really quick. Hold on. Make this a little bit smaller. Okay, so let's start. Also, as you can see on the screen, yes, it's my birthday week. Libras represent. So I appreciate any donation that you give. Your girl appreciates it, okay? So let's jump right on in, okay? The first thing I want to talk about. First thing I want to talk about is Diane Keaton. Baby, I mean, look, I heard that Dolly Parton is in the hospital. When I heard this news, this definitely shocked the mess out of me. Because why would I post this about a 5-year-old? Because it's a news story that's all over America, and I have her GoFundMe, and she wasn't great by grown men. She was great by children, and I cannot fit the entire title in the title section, so I can only put a little bit in, and it's a news story, so we're going to talk about it. We live in America. Children get raped in America every single day. And if you don't want me to talk about children being raped, do you actually care about children being raped? Or we want to pretend this doesn't happen in America and just sweep it under the rug? It just doesn't make any sense at all to me. How people get so disturbed by titles. You should be disturbed that a 5-year-old got raped and want justice for a 5-year-old. Why would I post the title that a 5-year-old got raped? Are you serious? Thank you, the observant one. Okay, so we're going to get into the story about what happened to the 5-year-old being raped. Maybe I might change my title. It will still be in there because it is a news story I'm touching on. But this is not the channel where we don't discuss children being raped. In fact, we need to talk about it more, so maybe these doggone laws will change and people actually give a crap instead of acting sensitive over titles and actually want justice to come. I don't sweep stories under the rug on this channel that people consider to be sensitive while they happen every day and no one really gives a damn. So, all right. Yes, just like I talked about what happened in Somalia and how they rape children in Somalia. Another story that a lot of people don't like to talk about, which should be talked about. So let me stay on topic, okay? We have, I know it's a shocking headline, but I wanted to get your attention so that people can actually care. Because people like to pretend these things don't exist so they can sleep at night while little children, even younger than 5-year-olds, are getting raped. And it's disgusting to me. Okay, so we have the first story is Diane Keaton. Look, I'm a millennial, so I grew up with Diane Keaton, and this shocked the crap out of me. A lot of people are shocked about it. A lot of people said they didn't even think that Diane Keaton would ever pass away. She was 79 years old. She seemed in really good health. A lot of people are bringing up films such as The First Wives Club. I love The First Wives Club. The Other Sister, Baby Boom, I think it was called. She has a lot of work, a lot of films she's been in that people love. But for me, everybody keeps bringing up The First Wives Club. For me, Baby, it's The Godfather. I'm shocked at how many millennials and older are not bringing up The Godfather. That is her most legendary role to me. I watch The Godfather every single year. It's one of my favorite films on earth. I was like in middle school when I first watched it. My mom actually made me watch it. And I was like, I don't want to watch this old film. But she was like, no, you have to see it. So I sat down and watched it. And I've loved The Godfather since I was a little teenager. It's one of the greatest films that has ever been made. Godfather 1 and 2. 3 was okay. I literally just was watching The Godfather last week. So to hear that Diane Keaton, I mean, look, she a major part of The Godfather. And for me, yes, I love The First Wives Club and her other films. But for me, baby, it is The Godfather. Her most legendary role. And watching The Godfather every year is not going to be the same now that I know that Diane Keaton has passed away. So look, she lived her life the way she wanted. She had really good, her fashion was a blend of masculine and feminine. I like some of her outfits. She didn't get married. She didn't want to. And that's something rare that you didn't see from women from her time. She adopted her children at 50 years old. And she lived her life on her own terms. She stayed out of trouble. And she was in really great films, a really great actress. And, you know, I'm not sure how Diane Keaton passed away. 79 is still, 79 is still young. It's not, she wasn't 100. So, watching The Godfather, which I do every year, is not going to be the same now that I know she's passed away. But rest in peace to Diane Keaton. Okay, legendary actress, legendary. I feel the same way if it's Angela Bassett, Demi Moore, Julia Roberts, oh my God, Meryl Streep. Hold on, who was in Basic Instinct? That was Sharon Stone. But, Halle Berry, just to name a few. So, because they don't make films like they used to. If you've never seen The Godfather, like, you can't tell me you love mafia films and you've never watched The Godfather. Like, no, absolutely not. To me, Scarface is good, but the number one mafia film of all time is The Godfather. You got The Godfather, you got Goodfellas, you got Casino, A Bronx Tale, Bella Mafia, Road to Perdition, Scarface, just to name a few. So those are my movies right there. So for me, Godfather's like top 5 movies of all time. So rest in peace to Diane Keaton. Okay, so now I was going to save the story about the 5-year-old, but I'm going to talk about it now. Okay, so give me a second. This is what happened. This poor innocent child, a Cleveland mother, she found her daughter attacked, beaten, and sexually, essayed by a group of children. Now, when I first heard it, I thought it would be men. No, it's a group of children. And y'all know how I feel about the D penalty, but when I found out it's children, I'm not quite sure what to make of this. I don't know what I would... Her daughter is 5 years old and she's autistic. She dropped her daughter off at her friend's house. She found her daughter unresponsive, essayed by a group of boys ages 8, 9, and 10. They put sticks in her private areas after graping her. Mind you, these are 8 and 9 and 10-year-old boys. And they put sticks in her throat and in her private area. They pulled out her hair, as you can see. They beat her. And look, baby, they're not showing the little children, of course, because they're still children. And people are saying they want eye for an eye for this, even though they're children. Okay, so it says they will not face any kind of charges because they are children too. And people are wondering, where on earth do little boys ages 8, 9, and 10, where do they learn this from? I know where they learn this from. TV. A lot of it is from TV, the culture of violence. Okay. Now, I think they got this from TV, or maybe they have someone in their family who influenced them. Okay. It says, hold on. So this is the mother. She says this is her little baby. She's in the hospital. There is a GoFundMe to help with medical fees and her lawyer and everything like that. she was befriended by them. They came up to her. She's just 5 years old. They came up to her, the group of little boys, and did this to her. So far, they've been able to raise $19,000. She says, I saw all your messages asking me to set up a GoFundMe for my baby Marie. I don't want anything from anybody but genuine support and love. But seeing how much you guys really want to give to her, I set up a GoFundMe. The goal was only $1 at first. It's not about the money. I need you to know this is really affecting our everyday life. But thank you for supporting Maria. Okay, the internet aunties and uncles for her. So... okay, it says that this happened again in Cleveland, Ohio. Always Ohio. The 3 serial killers that was targeting black women was in Ohio a few years ago. Now this, it says that, okay, her mother, Ontavia, she took to Facebook this way, saying that this week, saying her 5-year-old daughter again was the victim of an essay at the hands of other children. She says this happened September 13th, and her daughter was staying at a trusted family's home, and she was going to get a medical procedure. The mother, she received a call saying that her daughter had walked out of the house and she was missing. So when she came to the house, she found her daughter inside an EMS truck. She says she was unresponsive. She was bloody, with her hair pulled from her scalp, her body covered in bruises, her fingernails filled with dirt, her eyes were bloodshot red, her neck showing signs of strangulation, her mouth and lips bloody, and her private parts filled with blood and debris, and a lump on her head. This is a 5-year-old. Okay, so she says that the family member later discovered the little girl in a field. And this reminds me of A Time to Kill, that movie. So the responders came and got her daughter, and she's completely traumatized, and they're receiving therapy. She says that the authorities told her that the attackers won't face charges because they're children, something she called unacceptable. She says she contacted legal aid and advocacy groups and everything, and even the mayor's office, but she hasn't received a call back about it. So, okay. It says that... they're looking into it. All right. This is the GoFundMe. Okay. So if you want to donate for Marie, you can go to the GoFundMe. It's actually one of the top GoFundMes as soon as you go on GoFundMe.com. So she started off with $1 for the goal. So far, they've been able to raise $83,000. This is for her medical needs. You know, she's going to have to recover. Her private areas have to recover. Her neck, her hair being pulled out of her damn scalp. This is demonic. Demonic. Hold on for a second. Give me one quick second. So look, if you want to go on GoFundMe, you can donate to her. So far, 745 people have donated to help Marie. 5-year-old little baby. Okay, autistic baby. Do you think she's going to recover? You think this baby is going to recover having something like this happening to her? Again, this reminds me of the film A Time to Kill, when Samuel L. Jackson, what happened to his daughter and what they did to her. And, a lot of people feel conflicted because normally you would say eye for an eye, grape them, beat them. I still think I can't even say certain things I want to say on here because of YouTube stuff. You can't even say certain things. Most people would want the D penalty, but because they're children, they're like, well, what do we do? Someone in the chat says give them juvenile detention. I don't know if that would really teach them. They're just sitting in there. How do you teach them and get justice to 8 and 9 and 10-year-olds who beat the crap out of her, graped her, put sticks in her private parts and in her, strangled her, ripped her hair out from her scalp? That's her head, y'all. Look at how much of her hair. I want to say something about these kids, but I can't say it up on here. Y'all know why. Look at her head, y'all. Imagine the pain that girl went through, having her hair pulled out from the braids. Look how much hair is missing. Beat her, graped her, hurt her in her private areas. How in the world a 9 and 10-year-old getting erect? I can't even imagine that. I've never heard of 8 and 9 and 10-year-olds getting erect. I just haven't. I'm not saying they can't. It's just nothing that you think of, and you don't think of them knowing how to grape and wanting to grape. Alicia says, I don't care if they're underage. They need to be held accountable. Some people are saying to lock up the parents of the children. Leave a heart if you think the children's parents should be arrested for what happened. To the woman who got angry, are you angry at me now for posting the 5-year-old got graped in the title? Now that you have seen the details in the story of what has happened and the GoFundMe to help her. So this is horrible. Absolutely horrible. You know, you want to be able to make them forget, never remember anything like this happening. If I had a child, if I could just wave a wand for her to have this erased from her memory. They graped her and beat her like animals. Like animals. Some people would say, do they need to be put down? If they're doing this at 8 and 9 and 10, what else will they do at 15, 16, 18, 20 and beyond if they're already graping and strangling children and their children? You know, a lot of serial, start off doing things to animals. They didn't do this to animals, which is already messed up. They did it on a 5-year-old. What else will they do the older that they get with erect whats? If I was the parent, baby, I can't say what I would do to them when I get them in the house for something like this. So this is absolutely disgusting. So spread the word about this. And this is her GoFundMe. Okay. And I will post the GoFundMe as the first comment. Okay. When this video, in a few hours, when this video is over. Some of you are saying maybe they should do electroshock therapy so the baby won't remember. Oh, Lord, no. Okay, so I have a lot of different stories, a lot of different things. Another thing, look, baby, they're not saying it's a serial murder, a serial what, on the loose in Houston, Texas, 16th body. I talked about this a week or two ago. They had the 13th body. A lot of them are black girls, beautiful black girls, young, being found in the bayous, under the bridges, in the water. Some of them are not black, but a lot of them are. And the police are saying, we don't have a serial what. Y'all are making this bigger than what it is. It's not a serial. Baby, they've just found a 16th body. Within 10 days. I don't care what the Houston, Texas police and news people are saying. I don't know if they don't want to say it's a serial what because they don't want to cause panic or because a lot of these victims are black. Maybe probably black and Hispanic. You know, Houston has a huge Hispanic population. My instincts, my mind is telling me they don't want to say it's a serial murderer because it's mainly black and Hispanic women probably that they're finding under the bridges. It's a serial, what. Okay, you can't tell me the 16th body. Okay, more bodies within 10 days, and you're telling me it's not a serial, what. Yes, it is. So I don't know why they don't want to announce it. My thing is, maybe they don't want to get people on edge about it, but it's definitely real. It's happening in Houston, Texas, baby. This is real. So, if you live in Houston, Texas, just be on alert. Be careful of who you speak to because this is serious. And the news media is covering it up for reasons I don't know. So, all right. Now, as far as the news media, I found out about this. This is absolutely terrible. She's 29 years old. She was a news anchor. I believe this might have happened in Nigeria. She passed away. She had to jump off her 3rd floor apartment building because a group of robbers came in her home. She went into a panic and she jumped off of the 3rd floor and she passed away from her injuries. Beautiful, talented news anchor, just 29 years old. There are people saying, well, why did she jump off the building? Why did she jump off the third floor? Baby, she's a woman who was scared. You know damn well that men don't just come in your house and rob you. 9 times out of 10, they grape you. They take what they want, they beat you, and they grape the hell out you. That's how it usually goes. And she knew that she's beautiful. So she got scared, and she probably thought, look, it's only the third floor. Maybe I could make it. Unfortunately, she didn't. She didn't make it. So I'm going to erase that insulting comment, Israelite, towards her. You don't have to. I mean, look, you can have your own taste and stuff, but you just to say that is just rude. Okay, so, all right, let's see what happened. Somi, I'm not sure how to pronounce her last name. This happened in Nigeria. She passed away jumping off the third floor of her apartment, escaping armed robbers. This happened September 29th. Okay, she was found unconscious and she succumbed to her injuries after being rushed to the hospital. So they are investigating. Okay, so that's really all the information I have, but it's just a damn shame. And I just can't believe people who question why would she jump off the third floor. Well, when you're in a panic and your adrenaline goes up, you're not even in your right mind half the time. A lot of people probably think they would make it off the third floor. It doesn't sound too high up, but unfortunately, she wasn't able to make it. So rest in peace to her. And I hope that there are cameras in the building and they were able to have fingerprints checked or something. I don't know if they have that type of... I ain't even gonna get into it. Hopefully they can just find out who did this and there's some justice. Okay. So those who have just come in, thank you. And you just don't stop. For those who have just come in, I just talked about what happened to the 5-year-old. I'm thinking, should I change I'm not changing the title because it happened. I shared the story and the GoFundMe and y'all know what's going on. Okay, so, all right. Hey, Jamar. Okay, so now let's talk about Ayesha Curry. Baby, I haven't even... People have been wanting to come for Ayesha for a long time. Men, in my opinion, are always trying to find a way to make women look like the baddest, the enemy, and ungrateful and all this other stuff. Do I think there's a such thing as saying too much to the media? Yes. Do I believe in not embarrassing my man? Yes. Do I think some things should be left unsaid publicly? Yes. But do I think a woman should she should be able to tell her experiences? I don't know everything. We're going to look at the video. But I don't think a woman saying, I didn't want to be married at the time, I don't think that's an insult. There are men, every day men say don't get married. Marriage is this and that, it's a waste and all this other stuff. So if a woman says, look, at the time I met him, I really didn't want to get married at that time. Okay, what's the big deal about that? She got married. Hopefully she's happy. We don't know what's going on in their relationship. But some stuff you should be careful about what you say, some people feel like, you should protect your image and your marriage. I think if Stefan is a good husband and he treats her right, you do have to think about your husband's feelings. You do have to think about legacy and all of that. I mean, I've seen people dissing Ayesha saying, oh, he should dump her. Why should he leave his family? First of all, it's not that serious, some of it. So let's just see what she was saying.
I didn't want kids. I didn't want to get married. I thought I was going to be career girl and I had my eyes set on my goals.
Hold on for a second. It's moving a little slow, but we're going to get through it. Hold on.
I didn't want kids. I didn't want to get married. I thought I was going to be career girl and that's it. And I had my eyes set on my goals and I was never the little girl that like dreamt talked about the wedding dress and all of that. And then it happened so early in my life.
Did you talk to Steph about it?
He tries to resonate with me, but he just can't. And he also comes from a place of like, it's effing stupid. Like, it's not true. So why? And I'm like, but wait, like, listen to how it makes me feel. And he's like, but why does it make you feel like that? It's not real. After we got married, we found out we were pregnant with our daughters so quickly.
Okay, so far what she said, here's how I feel. Ayesha didn't get to live. There was a woman who went viral who said Ayesha should have had a whole phase, and men are upset. All that really means is she never dated men. She jumped right into marriage. You didn't go on dates. You don't really know who you are. You don't even know what you really like and all that other stuff. But other people are saying you're a fool. You know how many women wish they could have a decent, good-looking man that actually wants to get married, who's a multi-millionaire. Women are fighting to have what you have, and you haven't. But it's different levels to stuff. You know, I think that if he were to leave her and she was broke and poor, then she would maybe regret losing him. But also she has that part of her that felt probably like, look, I got married really young. I don't know anything. I haven't dated. And in a way, it's kind of like, is he really her soulmate? Because I really feel a lot of people marry people, they're not even the one half the time. My thing is, though, why... just because you're married, how does that mean you can't have a life? I mean, she wrote 2 or 3 cookbooks. She enjoys cooking. You were able to have a successful cookbook, and you have money that allows you to have other ventures, and you can actually do things that you're interested in because you have money. Just because you have children, I mean, you could have a nanny that can help you a little bit. I don't think life stops, or it should stop, just because you're married. I mean, you have wealth, not just from marrying him, but from her cookbook, that maybe you could do different stuff. You can start a charity. You can start a clothing line. Hopefully he would support that. If I were married, I would never get on TV and make it sound like I regretted getting married, or my husband actually just isn't the one, type of thing. Now, people were mad at her because she wanted attention from other men because Stefan was getting attention from women. It makes me question, does he give her the kind of attention that she wants? When women are crying out like this, something's wrong. Either the man ain't hitting it right. Yeah, I'm taking it there. He ain't hitting that shit right. Or he ain't giving her enough attention that she wants. Okay. Or he wasn't her type of thing. Those are the 3 things that I think of when a woman is unhappy with her man. Something's missing that he ain't doing. Either you settled, he doesn't compliment you the way you want, he ain't hitting that shit right. Shit, I don't know. What was the other one I said? You know what I'm saying? I mean, usually when a woman start thinking about having other men and stuff, that man ain't handling business right. I'm sorry. That's just that's the truth. I'm telling you, that's what it is. So, I mean, I don't know what Stefan got going on in the bedroom and what he doing, but I mean, just because you got kids doesn't mean anything. Stefan, they need to go into some sort of counseling from what I'm seeing, and someone should ask her, what is it that you wanted that you didn't get? And is he giving you the attention that you want, type of thing? And all women, look, even if you're married, women want to know that I still got it. I want to know that I'm fine still. Yes, my husband's, yes, it matters about my husband. But when I go out, if a man ain't telling me I look good or something, I would think, damn, do I still got it? Do I still look good? I mean, I want to know I look good. People telling my husband, oh, you so fine, Stefan and stuff. So if I go out, she wants to feel, because she's a woman, she doesn't want him to get the attention like a woman. She's the woman. She wants to feel good. Maybe she doesn't feel that she's as sexy if men ain't really telling her, damn, you look good, Ayesha. Even though she got a man, like the way women tell Stefan they were after him in the stadium and stuff like that. So I think she has some issues a little bit. Maybe she got married too early again, or she's not being fulfilled in her marriage. That's what I'm thinking. So let me see the second video.
Think about what I wanted anymore. It's so interesting. I spent my entire life like trying to work towards something, and then it kind of just disappeared, and I didn't think twice about it. But after my daughter turned 1, I remember there being a shift and being like, I have goals for myself. Like, I love being a mom, but I love doing other things too. My shit together and figure out what that looks like for myself now.
If I have a career and I'm
Yeah.
not home, like, did you experience that?
I still experience
Okay.
that. I still experience that. I'm always in therapy talking about this. If you lose all of those things that were interesting about you, even for yourself, like even the things that made me feel confident and cool, then what, like,
Baby, look, I didn't see this whole video, and I thought people were going in on her. But it does sound to me, just from hearing this, is that he wasn't, either she does regret getting married too early, or she really wasn't into him like that. Or he's not fulfilling her in this damn marriage. Again, I don't see why you can't still have things you do now that you have money that you can pour into, unless he's controlling you and telling you you can't do certain stuff, or she's overwhelmed with being a mother that she just doesn't have time to pour into stuff she wanted to do. But this happens more than you think. You know, all over the world, there are women who are put into forced arranged marriages, and men. I've literally seen men crying on their wedding night in different cultures, being forced to marry women that they didn't want either. So you have this happening all across the globe, even though she wasn't forced to marry him, where people rush into marriage too soon and they don't know who they are. They don't have any experiences at all, and they regret not living type of thing. I mean, she didn't have to marry him. He could have married someone else, but he wanted her. And most women are taught, you know, that's the dream, to get married and have the kids. And, you know, he was doing well, basketball, a good contract. And there's nothing wrong if a woman wants a man who is financially secure. But the only thing I can think of is something is wrong. And hey, Tracy, I thank you. I think something is wrong in their relationship. And I would not come to the internet to spill the tea about problems I have in my marriage. I wouldn't even come on the internet telling people I'm in therapy about things. It's just some things are to be kept private. Okay. And yes, you do have to be careful about humiliating your man. I notice that when I say things about protecting my relationships with men, some of you go in on me and say, El Cerebral, you're saying my man, my man, my man. Well, yes, baby, I'm a Libra woman. It is about my man in a relationship. It ain't all 100%, but damn it is. Just like it's about me. You want the man to pour into you and respect you and listen to you. So why the hell aren't you doing that for your own man too? It goes both ways. It's a partnership. We're in a relationship. So if I'm about my man, yeah, I am, because that's my man. That's my man. Shit. That's my man. You know, if I have a man, that in a serious relationship, that's how I feel. That's my man. You know, that triggers women who hate men. I'm sorry. What can I tell you? Shit. I'm about my man if I have my man. You know, if I take my relationship very seriously, I don't want to lose my man if I love him. And he, of course, he loves me. This is serious, especially if we're married. I don't believe in telling married women just to get rid of their damn husbands like they're a piece of toast or something. Are you crazy? And we got kids together? Especially the way the black community looks with children and marriage and dysfunction. I ain't about to lose my man over some dumb shit that can be squashed through good communication and a little bit of therapy behind closed doors. I ain't losing my man like that. I'm sorry. I mean, unless it's irreparable, but some stuff people say to leave your wife and leave your husband over some of the dumbest shit. And when you turn 80, you'll look back like, damn, I really left my husband over some stupid shit like that. Are you serious? I mean, if it's something serious that can't be repaired, then I'll let it go. I'll fight to the end until I can't and I'm just done. Like, look, I tried. I can go to bed saying, damn it, I tried for my marriage. I really did. And then I could let it go and sleep. But I'm not leaving my man over some dumb shit the way people say, telling black women and stuff to just every time something go wrong and y'all got kids and then you complain about all these dysfunctional homes and the babies ain't got no daddies and stuff, but you telling people to leave over some small stuff. I'm just saying, and I do think some things are a big deal that I see going on. A lack of respect. You sleeping with this woman across town, the other woman. You making me do all this stuff to you in the bedroom. You now been up in another woman. You might do this to me and that to me. Yeah, that's serious. I'm not telling you to be a doormat, but I do think black people need to cherish holding on and trying to fight for their marriages more, especially even if y'all not married, y'all be having kids and babies everywhere. And this dysfunction is ridiculous that's going on. And it can't be just the woman, it's the man too. And the man has to change. And if some of them won't, again, y'all better hold out on that kitty cat towards a number of them who don't deserve it. So SJ Talk says she should have never got married. I mean, a lot of women, again, wish they could be in her position. Now, I don't know if Stephen is faithful, because we know they have a reputation, men period, but especially men in his field, for playing the field. I don't know for sure, but it seems like he's faithful. And a lot of women wish they could be in her position. He's not bad looking. He takes care of her. She has an intact family. He actually proposed to her when they were young, marriage age and stuff. But I don't think people should think she's a bad woman just because she regrets not living a little bit, But she did choose to get married. She did. So, I don't know if this marriage is going to last, but hopefully it works out. Men telling him to leave his wife and they got kids is effed up to me too. So, okay. All right. Fuchsia says she's not a bad person. She's just a girl. Yeah, a lot of men honestly think that we don't have desires. I literally was talking to this man just the other day online about it in the comment section. They don't think we have desires. They don't think we want to date. You think that just because the first man who proposes, that's not always the one. I don't have to say yes to the first man that asks for marriage, and I don't think you're the one. A lot of women don't have, some of them don't have any experiences with men, and a lot of men prefer it that way. And then when it doesn't work out, they'll throw it in your face that you was stupid or how didn't you know? Why didn't you know better? How would she know better? She has no experience at all. Y'all want it that way, but then you get mad when she doesn't have any, and then you say she was stupid. How didn't you know? Why are you expecting a bunch of inexperienced women who haven't been with men to know anything? Then they know after the divorce or after she's been cheated on multiple times and stuff. So, I don't know. All right, let's go to the next topic, baby. Speaking of cheating and men, Cardi B's husband is allegedly sleeping with men, and Jefree Star claims that he had her man. I don't know if he's lying, but listen to what he had to say.
Y'all said Cardi B's gonna come for me. Bitch, her baby daddy was in my DMs. I ain't worried about that, bitch. You stayed with the man that embarrassed you in front of the world. Who's the fool? Next. Please. Nicki Minaj dog walked her with every single aspect. Nicki Minaj will always be the queen. You had 3 kids with someone that cheated on you with everybody in LA. He was never home. Bitch, please. When your ex is in my DMs, sit on it. A 100 writers? Am I the drama?
Please subscribe.
Y'all said Cardi B's gonna come for me. Bitch, her baby daddy was in my DMs. I ain't worried about that bitch. You stayed with the man that embarrassed you in front of the world. Who's the fool? Next.
Leave a heart. Leave a heart if you believe Cardi B's baby daddy was trying to sleep with Jefree Star, like he's claiming. Now, one man already said he woke up and Cardi B's baby daddy was jerking something and trying to put a tongue in his ear. Now you have Jefree Star, who also basically insinuated and said he was with Kanye West, or Kanye West was trying to sleep with him, which I believe. Now he's saying that Cardi B's baby daddy was in his DMs trying to hit him, trying to get him. I believe it. Jefree Star, he seems pretty honest about a lot of stuff that he says. He's very straightforward and a lot of stuff. And he usually doesn't always give names. So I believe it. I believe it, and most of you from what I see in the chat, you believe that Cardi B's baby daddy was trying to smash him. You have so many of these men. So many of these men on the down low. It's ridiculous. Cardi B, please. This is just horrible. Be careful. Be careful. TK says, why would he lie and even risk getting sued? I believe it because Jefree Star was never sued for lying. So, look, I believe it. I mean, damn, do you see how he's talking? Do y'all see this? So, look, baby, we shall see. I don't think he's going to get sued. All right, let's go to the next story. Okay, y'all. Word on the street from a lot of Gen Z and Gen Alpha, but I think Gen Alpha is still a little bit too young, I think. Baby, word on the street is that the men have ruined club culture. The men are asking men to buy them drinks, and they're asking women to buy them drinks. Oh, yes, baby. The women used to dance on the tables at the club. The men have moved the women out of the way to dance on the tables and not the women, and getting behind the DJs and not the women. It's become Sodom and Gomorrah. It's become all about the men at the clubs, and it's not just black clubs that I was hearing about. It's with the white women too, y'all. These two white women at the club says it's an epidemic of men on the platforms. The club is out of the control. It's not about the women no more. They're not paying for drinks, and they're moving the women out the way to be the bad bitches on the stage. Look at this. Okay, so you see them? This is where the women used to be in the 2000s, the early 2000s, mid 2000s. Gen Z, I feel so sorry for y'all. Andrew Tate has poisoned the mind of the men your age. They said over close to 50% of y'all are not getting laid, the men. They're not approaching women for numbers anymore. The women are saying bruh and bro. Half of y'all don't even know what your gender is no more. Talking about you fluid, pansexual. Y'all just got it going on all over the place. Y'all effed up what's going on. But I do feel for y'all. I really do. And for us too, because look, millennial women, we date younger men, some of us. Jamar, how old are you in this chat? I'm just curious. I never asked you that. How old are you, Jamar? Let me know in this chat. I'm just saying, baby. So they're like, even in the club, baby, all the clubs. So yeah, women, I have to agree. Women allowed it. Y'all have allowed them to get away with it, and that's why it's not being checked. The only way this is going to stop, you have to walk out the club. Y'all have to walk out. When it gets to a point where men cannot get laid at all, now it's going to be dangerous. They're either going to start graping, become more aggressive, or they're going to change to be pursuers again, type of thing. So I mean, so they're like, what on earth? Hold on, let me turn this volume down. So look, they're like absolutely disgusted because the men are not approaching and they're on the tables. And usually the women are the ones who are on the table. Then you have, okay, at another club, usually the women are around the DJ and the music artist. Now, you don't see nothing but men. Nothing but men. They're like, what's going on? It's like, it's not about the women. Even men are getting mad about women getting free drinks at the club. The men want to be the women. Okay? People are at the club, but the men, I mean, look, the men are wearing their hairstyles like women, a lot of them. They're pushing the women out the way to get near the music artists. The men are bulldozing the stage, okay, to get all of the attention. This is at all the clubs. So it's crazy. And again, with Gen Z, baby, I ain't never seen it like this. It says almost 1/3 of women ages 18 to 28 identify as LGBTQ. They eating coochie. 1/3. You can't tell. Look, we know this has always existed, but y'all have blurred the lines on certain stuff with gender roles and stuff. I had just complained in a video. You got girls calling each other bruh, bro. Y'all talking like dudes. The men are acting like women. Y'all want to go on dates, and now the men have no confidence. They're not even approaching y'all. They don't want to pay for shit. They're listening to Andrew Tate and these podcasts. I mean, and the population is going down. And you know why? Because y'all got it going on all over the place. Y'all are, a lot of people are, it's just going into extinction. But some men don't deserve to be bred with, to be honest with you. This is what's going to happen. You know, Ari says, or maybe more women are just coming out. That's true too. But as far as the gender role stuff, the way these men want to be the bad bees now in the club, they've turned feminine, a lot of them. Now, I didn't know it was like this in the white clubs because I would see this at the black clubs, but apparently this is going on in the white clubs too, baby, with the men, the women complaining, the black women complaining, the white women complaining. I don't usually see Hispanic women complaining, though. They're men. Hispanic men are known for that machismo, not too out of control. Italian guys, they're considered white, but spicy white. I don't know if they're acting like this. Arab guys are still pursuing, I'm sure. Indian women are complaining about Indian men. They got it going on off the chain with Indian men, some stuff. So Lord have mercy. So that's going on with club culture. Then we have, this is absolutely ridiculous. A lot of you heard about this rapper, this unknown musician who is in the news now, David. Hold on for a second. Y'all, do you know they're actually saying that he's not a part of the investigation for this little girl being murdered? Found in his car. She was 14 years old. He made music with her name in the songs. Her body was chopped up, found in the trunk of his car, and the LAPD has the audacity to say he isn't a suspect. How is he not a suspect and her body was found in the trunk of his car, chopped up? He was also sleeping with her. So where are the charges against him? So actually, y'all got to blow my nose really quick. Hold on for a second. I hate to say that, but I have to interrupt this. Just look at this and hold on real quick. Okay. Hold on for a second. Okay. All right. So the police don't want to, they're not saying that he is a suspect. Now, he was suspect, if you know what I mean, wearing nail polish and blonde hair and all this other stuff. I'm like, why was she even talking to him? But the fact is that he was the adult. She was 14 years old. He was sleeping with her. Why hasn't he been charged for molestation or something? And not only that, but you cannot tell me he's not involved when her body was found chopped up in his car. This is bullcrap. And I hope this is not some Illuminati sort of initiation thing they're trying, because baby David, your career will never take off. Your music absolutely sucks. Nobody heard of you. And the only reason you're relevant right now is because of this crime case. I will not be supporting your whack ass music if they don't arrest you, just if you see this video. So justice needs to be served. It says again, her name is Celeste Hernandez. She was found deceased, abandoned in his car, his Tesla. Okay, and it says that the cause of death hasn't been determined. What we do know is she was chopped up, and they're unclear if he's a culprit behind her body, her being murdered, basically. So the medical examiner has not determined the cause of her passing. It's unclear if there's any, if he's involved. That man was involved, okay? He's been linked to her in many ways, from their matching tattoos to being at concerts and live streams together, and a song he made about her online. Police have conducted searches multiple times and even seized a computer. So they have a warrant for his arrest and everything, but they're saying that he's not a suspect. Leave a heart if you believe this man took that child's life. Leave a heart if you think he's guilty. David, you are guilty. And I don't know what they're doing to try to cover this up for you. Again, if this is some Illuminati initiation thing, baby, but you did it. You slept with her. And you're not fooling anybody. You slept with her. She was 14, and you had something to do with her unaliving. And if you get off, don't think you're gonna become a star, baby, because we're not supporting you. Okay? All right. This was also crazy to me. Thank you, T-Reg. This woman is 23 years old, and she vanished from the nursing home. She was a nurse. 23 years old. She was being harassed on the phone. She was being harassed on the phone and disappeared at the nursing home. This doesn't make any sense at all. Okay, it says that, her parents, this happened in Philadelphia. She's been missing for a week. She's 23, Kata Scott. She was seen at 9:45 p.m. October 4th, leaving her job at the terrace at Chestnut Hill, an assisted living facility. Okay, in Northwest Philadelphia, her car was found parked at the facility. Okay, since her disappearance, there's been no activity on her phone or social media. They're looking into reports that she was receiving suspicious phone calls in the days leading up to her disappearance. Her parents said that this is completely out of character, and they fear that she's not safe. She's 5'6" and 120 pounds. She's thin, brown eyes, and brown hair. So I'm like, are there any cameras around the nursing home? She was at work at the nursing home. Received suspicious phone calls. Disappears at the job. Car still parked at the nursing home. This is crazy to me. I'm thinking, is this an inside job? Does somebody work at the nursing home that was watching her, pranking her on phone calls, and decided to set her up to be sex trafficked? Is this someone she was dating who was bothering her? But they said suspicious calls. Someone watching her. Her name is, hold on, Kata Scott. Kada Scott. 23 years old. Vanishes out of thin air, basically, at the nursing home that she works at. And it's scary hearing suspicious phone calls. We don't know, again, if this was just someone pranking her, someone stalking her, an inside job, a man she dated. My thing is, how was she able to get snatched up at the job and there's no cameras to see anything? But then again, at a lot of these nursing homes, especially poor ones, if that's what it is, they don't often have cameras and stuff. They're not on top of stuff. So I hope that they find her and find her alive as soon as possible. Okay? I hope they find her. Something else that, look, people were mad at me because, look, I'm not getting a pit bull. I love fur babies. All fur babies are precious to me. I love the mess out of little kittens and puppies. Even the big dogs, I love them. But I'm sorry, baby. You can miss me with Rockwilders and pit bulls. Okay? This woman was unalived by her pit bull on her birthday. Okay. And I've seen this so many times. People said, "Oh, why are you going in on pit bulls? Why are you stereotyping pit bulls?" Because every time this shit happens, it's always a damn pit bull. Babies being mauled to death. Everybody is always getting mauled to death by their pit bull. If it's not a pit bull, it's a Rockwilder all the damn time. So this woman, it says that she was just a young woman, right? She was mauled by her pit bull for over 20 minutes. Imagine the damn pain she was in, losing an arm and suffering internal injuries. Her friend had, family and friends held a balloon release, something they demanded answers from the authorities. So this was her own pit bull, 20 minutes of the pit bull tearing her damn arm off and bleeding to death. Can you imagine the pain, physical pain she went through for 20 damn minutes having her arm torn the freak off? So when people tell me I'm wrong, I don't want no damn pit bull. No. Okay? Absolutely not. One of my boyfriends in the past had bought a dog, and it was something like a pit bull or a Rockwilder or something. Baby, I went to give it food. It was outside, tied up. I went to give it food. The shit came at me like he was about to kill me. I literally ran and my damn slippers came off. And I told him about it and he got rid of the dog. It was an aggressive dog. And I'm not playing that. Yes, I believe that the dog should be trained. But I've seen this too much every month, every couple of months of babies, the family dogs murking the babies, leaving the babies, the babysitters leaving the babies with the dogs, the Rockwilders and stuff. I literally see this every couple of months of babies being murked up by the family dog, and they're always a damn pit bull at large. So y'all can miss me with getting that damn pit bull. I'm not doing it. I don't give a damn how cute they are. And yes, I do love them, but I can't do it. Unless it's trained really, really well. But even with it being trained, I don't trust it. I don't. I already got 2 cats. I got 2 fur baby cats. And they're my babies. They're my children. And I love my babies and give them hugs and kisses every single day. And I know that women you need dogs for safety, but I'm just seeing this way too much with these damn pit bulls. I'm seeing it too much. So rest in peace to her. Rest in peace to her. As a matter of fact, hold on. Let me show y'all something. Hold on for a quick second. So you see how serious I am about my fur baby. Oh, it's moving a little bit slow. Hold on. Something I made for me and the fur babies. Let's see if I see it. Hold on. Something cute. Well, it was different. It was another one, but hold on. See? Me and the baby. It's not exactly her face, but it's very similar. But I made a little cartoon one of me and the baby. I got another one too. Yeah, they can get a little violent, but they're not as violent as a pit bull. But usually they're not going to attack you on average. Unless they don't trust you or they haven't been as domesticated. Okay, so, all right. I know you heard about this recently happening. This woman actually lost her life. The woman with the pink hair, she lost her life to the woman on the left because she didn't say thank you. This was at PetSmart, and she didn't say thank you to the woman on the left for holding the door open. So the woman on the left got her weapon and took her life. This happened literally yesterday or the day before yesterday. And this just goes to show you just don't know how crazy somebody is. I mean, you don't think you're going to lose your life because I didn't say thank you. And look, I have manners. I say thank you if somebody opens the door for me or holds the door. She didn't say thank you, and the woman on the left got her weapon and took her life over it, which is ridiculous to me. Okay, hold on for a second. It says, all right, so she was 41 years old, Celicia Simpson, and she's 22 years old, the woman who took her life. And it says an argument broke out between them at near the Five Below store, but it was PetSmart, I think, and she passed away at the scene. Okay, she was trying to get her away from her, so of course she's been charged with murder. Losing her life simply for not saying thank you. So it is very, very serious, y'all. Be careful. Watch your surroundings. And if a person becomes aggressive, get out of their way as soon as possible, because you don't know what can happen. Okay?
Here's a thought that I've had. I've had this conversation with girlfriends recently, especially younger women. You get involved or get in relationships with people, and it's about what they believe this person could become.
Oh, that potential.
The potential.
Ooh, you in love with the potential.
Potential.
You hear me? You hear me? Potential. All right.
Have you done that?
Yeah, when I was in my 20s and my 30s and my 40s. Yeah.
You're not doing potential.
No,
now?
we don't do potential no more. We now, because I know, here's the thing, I know who I am. I don't want to waste your time. I don't want you to waste my time.
Potential, though, is not only sometimes about money. Potential is you believe somebody's going to become a better version of themselves. They are going to show.
I ain't got no time for all that.
They're going to do the
I
work.
don't have time for all that. Because that sounds wonderful. But at this stage where I am, I can't help you build.
Right. And then also if they don't ever become that
And if you
version,
don't build it, again, I'm not looking up in 7 years going, I didn't help this. He been using my car, driving I didn't help him. I didn't call you. I'm not.
Okay, so also, Jamar, tell me again how old you are, because I didn't see what you said in this chat. I'm just curious. I want to know. All right, so look, I'm just curious. That's all. But let's stay on topic, all right? Now with this, all right, potential. Yes, potential. A woman waiting on potential is dangerous in a way, because you can get pregnant. It's one thing the man is telling you stuff. It's not about what he says. It's about what he does. I don't care what you say. I need to see what you're doing. Okay? Because you will date a guy and he has potential, but you're sleeping with him. Don't you know that if you get pregnant, your whole life changes? Over 50% of the time, what they say they're doing doesn't work. Now, if he has goals, if he'll get up and get a job, 2 jobs, okay. But it's not about what he says. It's about what he does. And the older you get as a woman, you just don't have time. I don't have time for this game. I don't have time for a project. I need someone established. Even if you have a job, like I said in my other video, you can do things on the side, what you're trying to do, to have your dream. You can do all of that. That's fine with me. My thing is, there are a lot of men who talk about stuff, but they're not doing anything. And they give women these dreams just to get in them panties. And they don't do shit. Or years later, he's still sitting on the couch or something. I don't have time for that. Now, as far as potential, as far as she said, is a man's character, I don't believe in changing men. I'm sorry. It never works. Even men trying to change women don't work a lot. People are who they are. And you're either going to accept it. Now, you can change a little bit if you want to change. If you have bad habits or you notice, oh my God, I am a terrible person, or I do this. And you could make an effort to change. But some stuff with people just doesn't change because it's just who they are. It's their personality. And I don't feel that people who are incompatible should be wasting each other's time. Get someone who is compatible with you and vice versa. I don't have time to try to change you to be what I want you to be and your personality. If I don't like your damn personality, I don't like your ass. I don't have to try to change it. Just move on and find someone that you actually get along with and who you are compatible with. And you have a lot of women who try that because, oh, he's here's something good about him in this area, but I don't like this. Maybe I can work with this. And then they find out years later, oh my God, I really just don't, we're not compatible and I've wasted all this time. And all of that is easier for men to settle because they're sleeping with you and they get to use your body and they always have a big O and you don't, a lot of you. So, but as far as wasting time with a man, that might work for some women in their 20s and stuff, but the older you get, and you want a family and all of that, look, I believe in dreams and I believe in all of that and I'll support, I'll be there for you. I won't put you down. But baby, you still got to get a job and you can do all that stuff on the side and hopefully it works out. I'm never going to destroy your dreams or your ambitions. My thing is you just have a lot of men who tell women a lot of stuff and they're not doing shit, They're not doing shit. And I remember Umar Johnson saying, oh, black women want the finished project. Half of black women baby daddies are men who wasn't doing shit. So what are y'all talking about? Black women waste time constantly with men who ain't really doing shit, who are black and have children with them. Talking about the white woman with him and he in school. That's the key word. His ass is actually in school to be a doctor or a lawyer. She actually sees this shit happening. Okay, plus the community they come from, he has more of a guaranteed chance of actually getting the shit done. He has the education. Umar Johnson and a lot of them don't even push black men to even go to school to have the license and the degrees for a lot of stuff, always talking about doing a trade all the time for every damn thing. So, but black women are supportive and black women are constantly having children with black men who don't have degrees or aren't doing anything, or they just talk a lot. That's all they do is talk. I don't have time for talk. I'm a woman. We're not the same. We never will be the same. And getting pregnant by you will change my whole damn life. So women do have to be picky and more careful when it comes to this whole potential stuff. So, and I'm not a dream killer. I definitely believe in hyping him up if you love him and making him believe he can do it. Because I have shit I like to do and I want to do. My thing is being realistic, setting a goal, coming up with brainstorms, a plan. What are you going to do? How are you going to get the money? What can you do? What's the pros and cons? What kind of license do you need? What are you going to do? But also it doesn't always work out for black women if the man don't marry you. You now did all this work to help him reach this goal, but you end up a baby mama, he ain't even wife you up, and then some other woman get him. Those type of things happen too. So, I don't know. But Sherry is older, and I think her man took her to the cleaners or something like that, so she's done with it. So, she's learned her lesson. Now we have Eric Adams, one of the most hated mayors of New York in history. This whole letting the illegal immigrants come in and New York getting destroyed, he said would happen. So now he's under fire because, well, he was smashing this woman and she's trying to get 100 and, well, no. Oh, hold on. It says that he helped her get a job. He helped her get a job and she was making $160,000 in New York, which is damn good. And I'm not mad at her at all. I don't know. I'm not hating on it because, look, he's sleeping with her. She needed a job, and he helped her. $160,000 damn dollars, but she's trying to go to the media now and tell stuff, which is maybe something went wrong. So she's a Hispanic woman, and she was sleeping with Eric. And you know why? Because he's Eric. He's not necessarily all that, but he is the mayor. So, let's see. He won the Democratic primary party, the mayor, in 2021. He texted his former lover, Jasmine Ray, and asked to meet. She might not be Hispanic. I think she is, though. She definitely looks Hispanic, Puerto Rican, or Dominican in New York. Okay. I'm going to be the mayor of New York, and I don't want to do this without you, he told her. He appointed her as the city's director of the mayor's office of sports, wellness, and recreation, a $160,000 a year job created by the city council months before he took office. Adams, who long described another woman, Tracy Collins, as his life partner, never spoke of this relationship with her, who also dated others, so he was cheating. She kept their romance confidential until now. Oh, so he had a woman but he was dealing with her and got her that $160,000 job. I mean, I'm not mad at her as far as being able to get this damn job, but I'm not sure if he's married. You know, he's just dating around, and he didn't commit to anyone, but he still was doing the other woman wrong. So now she's coming out to the media. Why would you come to the media and risk losing a good job like that? You know, what is she trying to get from this? Obviously, he must have crossed her or something, that she wants to air him out to the whole public now. So I don't know. Just wanted to update you about that. Just a few little more stories to go. Things happening in our world. We have Toni Braxton. I love Toni Braxton. And I'm so excited because she is going to star in He Wasn't Man Enough, a Lifetime movie. You know her song, He Wasn't Man Enough for Me. Okay. So she's coming out with a movie based on her song, inspired by her song also, Breathe Again. So this is going to be good. You know, Lifetime, I do miss old Lifetime. Everyone who's at least a millennial, you know what Lifetime used to be. Lifetime, the Lifetime movie network was everything during the 90s and early 2000s. I mean, it was like an event, some of these movies coming on. And the acting, the storylines, it was amazing. And it's kind of gone downhill a little bit. It's not terrible, but it's not touching the 90s and the 2000s, early 2000s. So, but I'm excited because the movie based on Tony's life wasn't bad that came out on Lifetime. So I would check this out. So she's doing that. Then we have Nicole Kidman. Everyone thought her marriage was a great marriage to this man, and she was actually paying him $600,000 a year to stay off drugs and to stop drinking. You were paying your husband $600,000 a year just to stay sober. That's kind of ridiculous to me. And he still cheated on her. I think his name is Keith Urban. I think that's his name. Yeah. She met him, a country singer, in 2005. Everybody thought it was the perfect marriage. He was already famous, but struggling with addiction, but that didn't stop her. Before their wedding, they signed a contract. If he stayed clean for a year with no booze and no cocaine, he would get a payout. Are you serious? After they tied the knot, she sent him to rehab. Now that they're heading for a divorce, they're saying he has earned about $11 million over 19 years being married to her for staying sober. Nicole, what? You were married to fine-ass Tom Cruise. Got divorced, got with Keith Urban. I had never heard of him. I mean, I listen to country, but I'm not heavy into it. But you married him and you basically paid for your husband. Stay sober, stay off cocaine, and I'm going to pay you $600,000 a year just so I can have you and you stay clean. He must have been very amazing or incredible in bed or something to sign a contract to give him $600,000 a year just to stay sober and be with you. This is crazy to me. Ooh, Tom divorced her. Oh, Lord. So, I mean, this is crazy. Courtney, you believe she cheated first. I don't know. I just think this is crazy that you paying $600,000 a damn year to this man so he could stop drinking and doing cocaine. Now he's going to walk away possibly with $11 million from the divorce, and from what we hear, he cheated on her. And he's walking away with that. Damn. Kiki says Tom Cruise ends his relationship when they turn 33. Oh, Lord mercy. Damn, Nicole. I hate seeing Nicole go out like this, but I've always loved Nicole and her movies. You know, millennials know Nicole is pretty damn legendary. Really great films. One of my favorite films is Malice with fine-ass Alec Baldwin. Really good movie. So, okay. This man is claiming he's straight. He's dating another trans woman. His ex was a trans. He says, I'm dating my ex's best friend, who is also trans. I am straight. He is claiming to be heterosexual. His last girlfriend was actually a man dressed as a woman. And now his new girlfriend is another man dressed as a woman. And he's saying that he's a straight man. Just because these men can get boobs and makeup and look like women, it doesn't change that they're biologically men. They were born with testicles and an eggplant. They got work done to look like women. They act like women. They dress like women. It just because he looks like a woman to you does not mean that it's a woman. You are a man dating gay men who have gone all the way to look like women. Now, just because they present as women doesn't mean you're straight because, oh, well, I'm attracted to the women aesthetic, a woman's aesthetic of looking like a woman. It doesn't change. This is not a woman. So it's just a bunch of mental craziness. Absolutely not. He is not straight to me, despite what he's saying. A lot of men out here are trying to get away with this and claiming to be straight because, oh, well, the man looked like a woman. He looked like a woman, so I can't be LGBTQ because he looked like a woman. No, I don't care. This is still a man. They need to stop with the lies. He does look like a woman, but it's not a woman. Then we have Audrey Day. I love Audrey Day. She claims that her ex-manager stole $1.6 million from her and she's facing eviction and left her facing eviction and unable to tour amid head-to-head lawsuits. This is a story old as time of celebrities, singers, and actresses being done dirty by their financial managers and teams and stuff like that. So he stole 1.6 million. I hope she's able to sue and get her money back because she's a star, but she's not that big. So I don't think she has a ton of money. So I really hope that she's able to sue and get her money back and get a better team. Okay, Jeff Evans, he embezzled 1.6 million from her over the course of their 14-year business relationship. Oh my God. He was caught red-handed stealing, diverting a $600,000 recording fund and a $1 million something in royalties. She says that he withheld payments owed to her and left her facing eviction due to financial instability caused by his actions. Okay, so he said that she owes him for unpaid royalties and back-end payments, as well as $850,000. Please. Hopefully she wins this. No, I don't think she was married to Stevie Wonder. I don't think so. Hopefully she's able to get her money back and get a new person on her team. But damn, she was with them for 14 years. This is before she even became a household name. But once the money came pouring in, he took that money and he was greedy. And this is something that so many celebrities go through. You're on edge. You have accountants watching everything that comes in and out, record labels, paying back money for wearing dresses and all these things. It's just, it is the business, music business, acting business, 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 business. So hopefully she's able to get her money back. And speaking of money, this woman, she saved $97,000. She's 24 years old. She only eats eggs and bread every day for food. She plans to save $1.3 million by the time she's 40 years old. 24, she will only eat eggs and bread every single day. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, eggs and bread. And she saved $97,000 eating this way. Leave a heart if you think you could do it. Baby, I can't eat eggs and bread every single day, for breakfast and dinner and stuff. I can't. I need something else. I mean, this is strong dedication. I give it to her, but Lord knows. Okay, it says that she's 24. She made headlines for her extreme saving strategy, eating only eggs and bread daily. Adopting this frugal lifestyle, she managed to save $97,000. Okay. Let's see. She cooks all of her meals at home. She doesn't have processed food. She doesn't have takeout. Keeps her grocery bill very low. No heart so far. She lives rent-free, okay, with her parents, which allows her to do this. Let's see. And she's frugal, basically. No heart so far. I mean, even for breakfast, I don't think I could eat bread and eggs every single morning. I would need something else, like, okay, beans, rice, some chicken legs, some rice. I need to switch it up. But even if I was eating 3 things every single day, the same thing, I wouldn't be able to take it. So yeah, she's dedicated. Jacqueline says high cholesterol with those eggs. Yeah. So she's definitely dedicated. $97,000 saved. So, this was crazy. A 61-year-old sugar daddy. Well, this woman lost her life. She's 32 years old. Her child was thrown in the waters and lost his life. She was sleeping with this 61-year-old man, and she didn't leave her husband. She didn't leave her husband. She was creeping on the husband with the 61-year-old. He was the sugar daddy. So he got upset. Joe Rodriguez, he confessed to taking her life. And, did she take her husband's life? I'm not sure, but he took her life and took the baby's life that she has with her husband. He threw the baby into a river, drowned the baby. So what does this teach you? Stop cheating on your husband. If you want to leave your damn husband, get a divorce. Instead, he was the sugar daddy. So her husband, I guess, wasn't providing. I don't know the situation. She got a sugar daddy. The sugar daddy became obsessed, wanted her to leave her husband. She said no. And he came and took her life and drowned her baby. I would never get over something like this. I would never get over something like this. The guilt I would have throughout my whole life, especially, my baby. My baby has been taken from me, has been drowned because I wanted to have an affair and have a sugar daddy while I'm married. So, yeah, Sonia says she was reckless. She was reckless, lost her life, and the baby. I'm not sure about the husband. Even though she was wrong as hell, she didn't deserve to lose her damn life, especially not the damn baby. So this is a lesson to you to be careful, because when you cheat and you're not careful, especially if you do cheat, and these men become obsessed with you and want you to leave your husband, these type of things can happen. So rest in peace to the baby. This is a damn shame. Be careful. Be careful. This woman being careful again. When Charlie Kirk passed away, this was in Atlanta, I believe, she said, he has kids. F his kids, F his ancestors, especially the B who birthed him. Now she got fired. Black women, y'all look, I got a whole video I didn't upload. Y'all better watch how y'all talking, because y'all will lose your job. You don't run this country. You don't run nothing. You don't run most companies. They will fire your A with the quickness, like what you've seen with 300,000 black women let go from jobs. And y'all all over social media talking like this. They're watching. I don't care what you call me for saying it. And this type of stuff happens. You will get fired from your job. First of all, talking about his kids like that is disgusting. They can't help some of the things their dad said. So she got fired. And I've seen this a lot. I've seen this a lot of black women teachers saying racist, disgusting things, or not being careful what you say and forgetting where you live, forgetting that you don't really operate or run stuff. Your ass will be fired, especially when you're offending the race you keep going in on and they run your life. They will literally fire your ass, and then you and your kids have to get on welfare or you're starving. You need to be smart about how you operate and how you move. And also stop saying disgusting stuff, some of you, talking about kids and stuff. So that's what happened. Let that be a lesson to you to watch how you move and watch things you say, because y'all don't have really that many allies at all, not even within the race. I don't have to go into detail. So you should really be careful. This reminds me of when I had drama on one of my jobs, and they were bullying me, ganging up on me, the black women. So I went to HR, and then another black woman who witnessed the whole thing had the audacity to come at me and tell me I was wrong because they got kids. I'm like, well, if these bitches cared about their kids, why are they bullying me on the job and harassing me, trying to put stuff in my drink? You think I don't know these bitches? Oh, because they're black women, I'm supposed to protect them? These bitches trying to get me fired and ruin my damn life up in here. I don't think so. Anyway, I'm going off. Just be careful how you move and things you say. Especially you want to have a job for your kids and y'all on the internet saying certain stuff. I see it all the time. Black women, oh, I can't believe 100,000 or 300,000 got laid off. Yet, who's on the internet calling white people Neanderthals and happy they getting murked and F they kids, and you ain't this, you a alien, you and this and that, you scum and this and that. And then y'all, I mean, like you, and then when they say, oh, really? Oh, okay, we gonna show you the power. We gonna show you who really running shit, since y'all keep talking shit while your men shitting on you too. Let me remind you, let them go. Now they crying on the internet because they ain't got no job. And I do think that is terrible. I'm just saying, it's the lack of emotional intelligence, and it's just, you will be shown every time until y'all actually run something, if they want to do that to you, and which they are. So I don't know what to say anymore on that. So, all right. I think I have like 3 things to show you. This was something that caught my attention online as a movie person. Someone said, did you know in Boomerang that, well, he faced backlash. This came out in 1992. It's a classic black film. And it faced backlash because it showed a predominantly black cast in positions of power and wealth. And they said that it wasn't realistic. It's one of the greatest films ever. I mean, I love Boomerang. Boomerang is a classic, has Eddie Murphy, produced and directed Eddie Murphy. You had Halle Berry, you had Robin Givens, you had, oh my God, that supermodel Grace Jones, all-star cast. It was a great rom-com, and we don't see that today. And someone was asking, why is it that we don't see these type of films anymore? They said all the black actors are being taken over by foreign black people from Britain who are African at large, taking all these roles. But it's not just that. The movie industry in itself has changed. There are films being made by black American actors and producers. They're on Tubi. And I do love Tubi. Tubi has a lot of good stuff, but the theaters are not even filled up anymore. These films came out in movie theaters. They came out on DVD, VHS. No one's even doing that. They're all watching stuff on streaming services, and films don't get the hype. They don't get hyped up like they used to be at all. It's changed so much, and really a lot of black films are suffering, some of them, because they don't all even come out on DVD anymore. I have DVDs, but a lot of people don't watch DVDs anymore. And the golden era of black American film, you just don't see it like you used to. You just don't, not really. Even though you do have a lot of films on Tubi, some of them are good and some of them are extremely terrible. But you get a mixture going on, but they don't get marketed a lot. They don't get hyped up like a Titanic or something. They're not in theaters. So it's just changed a little bit. But I do miss the golden era. I miss the golden era. You know, I miss the golden era, the 90s, the music, the early 2000s. Look, I put Boomerang, you got The Best Man, 2 Can Play That Game, baby. I got all of these films on DVD. Oh, thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Tracy. I got all of these films on DVD. Eve's Bayou is an ultimate classic. I love it so much. And leave a heart if you miss Black American films. Leave a heart if you miss these type of films. You want to see them in the theater again. So, I mean, The Best Man is definitely a classic. I heard they're working on another one. And Boomerang and everything like that. And I do feel like Black American actors have been phased out a lot, and I think that's ridiculous. And then if Black people say something about it, they're like, oh, you're being xenophobic. Oh, they're still Black and that. While Black American people's culture, characters, and history are being played by people not even from here and stuff like that. And Black American actors and actresses are not getting work and being replaced. This is a real thing. So, and speaking of that, we have ICE. A lot of people are signing up to work for ICE because they're paying a lot of money. ICE receives more than 150 applications for people to work for them. They're going to pay you good money and a $50,000 sign-on bonus if you work for them. So people are willing to try to round up Hispanics like the slave plantation type of stuff, grab them up and get them deported for this job. A lot of people are applying because the country is suffering and people need work, and they're like, F it, I'll work for ICE. What do you think? Would you work for ICE if they would pay you a $50,000 sign-on bonus plus a good amount of money every year to track down illegal migrants, immigrants, and lock them up? Is this something that you would do? Is this something that you would do for the money? Now, as far as ICE, the only thing that was interesting to me, this is on Tubi. Tubi is free. Baby, they took this off so quick because of how real it was. This is one of the greatest, groundbreaking, traumatic, but very real shows I've ever seen. They only played 2 episodes of it. It was so raw and so damn real about how this shit goes down with human trafficking. The acting, the children, everything is in it, baby. When you see this on Tubi, they took it off because this is actually happening. I literally just saw something happen a few days ago, exactly what happened on this show, because it's real. And they actually used child actors and everything, and they didn't show everything, but enough to where you're like, oh my God. And I'm like, no wonder they took this shit off after the 2nd episode, and people wouldn't be able to handle it, and they don't want people to see it. They don't want people to see the truth of how this shit really operates and how this shit goes down. That whole cry, the sound of freedom thing ain't got shit on these 2 episodes. So, I can't tell you exactly, Jamar, but it's close. Baby, if you want to see good shows and real stuff and good acting and stuff that, I mean, look, in this show, look, on her hat, if you look up, her hat says ICE, because apparently there's a part of ICE that actually catches the SMEX traffickers happening to these kids. So I'm like, yeah, if I could work for them to round up the SMEX trafficking against these children, then yeah, that would be a good job. It's dangerous as hell, but it would be rewarding to be able to help them. So yes, if you have Tubi, again, I highly, highly suggest you watch this show. It's only 2 episodes, and it will change your life, and you'll be like, oh my God, if you actually see it. So it didn't take much for me to know why they took it off so quickly, because they don't want people to see something like that. So give me a second, y'all. Give me a quick second. So it was good. To me, it should have won awards or something and motivated people to want to do something to stop this. Even though I don't know if it can be stopped. That's the part that's so damn disturbing. Okay, so all right, let's go to the next topic. Again, it's on Tubi. When I heard about this, I was disturbed. As a millennial, when I see what's happening in entertainment and media and the fall of Blockbuster, the fall of Joann's, the fall of so many stores, Big Lots, the fall of media, it disturbs me. It's like a nightmare in a way. When you grow up with something and you see something like this happen, it's like a nightmare to you. It's like things are dying or something. MTV is shutting down their music channels after 40 years, baby. This cannot be happening. But then again, MTV VH1 stopped playing music videos years ago. There was a time music videos was everything. The music industry has been stale, and now MTV. This is MTV. This is historic. This is big. We grew up with MTV, and it says after 40 years, MTV is pulling the plug on its UK music channels. Oh, including MTV Music, Club MTV, and MTV 90s. Only MTV HD will remain, focused on reality shows. With most of the fans now streaming on YouTube and TikTok, MTV shutdown marks the end of a time where music was on, it defined a generation. This is terrible. This is absolutely crazy to see. I mean, someone who's Gen Z might not care, or Gen Alpha, but if you're a millennial and older, you're like, what the F? Like, I can't believe I'm seeing something like this. Like, this is crazy. This is crazy to see. And speaking of crazy, baby, do you see this man? This woman thought she was talking to this man on a dating website. She says, I'm never doing Facebook dating again. Tell me why I matched with this guy. Fine as hell. So, of course, I went for it. We started talking to each other. He offered to take me on a date. We exchanged numbers and texted for about 3 days. We had spare time, so I decided to just meet and grab a quick lunch with him. So, tell me why it's an old man. So this is who she thought she was talking to for 3 days. This is the picture that he used, okay? This is who he actually is. He showed up on the date. And this is him. Take a good look again. This is the picture. This is who she thought she was going out with. 6'1", fine, clean cut. And this is who showed up. Baby, what would you do? First of all, I'm not getting in that car with you. I'm not getting in that car with you because I don't know if you're trying to kidnap me, if this is some sort of sex trafficking thing. Now, look, he came dressed in his best, like his Sunday best. Are those gaiters? I'm not sure, but he has on his suit. I like a man that puts effort in. No sneakers on my first date type of thing, and a suit and looking clean. Well, how are you going to do this to her? Is he serious? He knows he's wrong as hell. Advertising himself like this. I wouldn't know what to do or what to think showing up on the date and out comes this man. Like, oh, I'm him. He's dirty as hell. And if he would do something like this, what else would he do to try to trick you? What else is he lying about? He's probably thinking, well, hell, you already here? You see I'm dressed up like this. Come on and get in this car. Let's go on this date. I ain't got to look like him. Absolutely not. Because if this were a woman doing this to a man, the man probably would drive the hell off. Jamar, what would you do if a woman catfished you? Seriously. So on the left is what she thought she was getting. And on the right is what showed up. Damn. Be careful. Be careful. Jamar says he should have come clean before they met up. Yeah, he should have said, look, baby, I got to tell you the truth. I ain't really that man. I'm a little older. I can take care of you. I can provide. Give me a chance. This is how I really look. What you think, baby? You still talk to me? You gonna give me a chance? You know how many men are probably using fake pictures? This is horrible. I don't know what she did after that date. So the last thing I want to share with you. The Walmart CEO has announced a global hiring freeze for the next 3 years, reshaping all of the current roles because of AI. AI, automation and artificial intelligence, baby. Okay. It says Walmart is putting a halt on new hires worldwide as it accelerates its shift towards artificial intelligence, the CEO announced in September. The company will freeze hiring for the next 3 years, a move in reshaping how the retail giant operates. Increasingly, because of the automated world, it says that the freeze doesn't signal job cuts. It plans to reduce 2.1 million strong global workforce and all that. AI technology will become more deeply embedded in Walmart's daily operations, from customer service and inventory tracking to supply chain management. The shift is expected to improve efficiency and drive revenue growth as it transforms the skills required to current job, employee opportunities. So, basically AI. AI is taking over everything. They have predicted that a lot of people are going to be out of work because of AI, and it's very, very serious. And if I were you, I would invest in AI when that opportunity becomes available, because what we're seeing cannot be stopped, to be honest with you. The world is using AI for so many things to help us, and unfortunately it would also destroy us too if it's not used correctly at all. So, what do y'all think? What do y'all think? Let me know. So that is it for these topics, but I'm going to do something a little bit different right now. Okay? So, let me get my thing up again. Give me a quick little second. All right. So, now I'm doing something a little bit different for about 15 to 20 minutes. Ask me anything you want in the chat before I go. What is your going on in the world? It could be something about a celebrity, something you saw on the news, something you want advice about, something you want my opinion on. What is something, y'all? Real quick. I'm looking in the chat. I have some time, just a little bit, to talk. Just for about 15, 20 minutes, possibly, maybe a little bit more. Yeah, Jamar, I looked into it. Unfortunately, OpenAI and ChatGPT stuff is not, you can't fully invest right now. You can a little bit, just research it. It's not there yet, but when it does, that will be the smartest damn thing you'll ever do in your life, in my opinion. I mean, anyone who invested in Microsoft when it first came out, it was one of the greatest moves they probably ever made. So, I'm just waiting to see what's being said in the chat. Any questions? As far as Ayesha, I wish her marriage well, but women do need to be careful about embarrassing their man. I'm keeping it real with you. Not only that, but once you let people in that you're having problems or you're not fulfilled, because that's the image she's given, an unhappy woman who's not fulfilled by her husband, in my opinion. And maybe he is lacking in some areas, but that's not something the public needs to get a hold of, especially if you want to stay married to this man, People have egos, and embarrassing your partner can affect the relationship. It's just true. It's human nature. Okay? Kiki, does Ayesha seem ungrateful for her great family lifestyle? Just a tad bit to me. Like, I can see, okay, she got married so young and she never dated. So I can see her thinking about a life that she could have experienced, but she chose to get married, and she's living a life that a lot of women wish they could have. So, but her feelings do matter, and she should be able to talk about it a little bit, but she should be careful about how she says some things a little bit. And it does come off just slightly ungrateful, to be real with you, just a little bit. But I can see her perspective too. But again, you don't want to, you do have to be careful, because she did say in another video, I think, that he wasn't her type, or Something like that. Like, that's nothing you ever. Now, I'm not 100% sure if she said that, but if she did, just that's nothing you ever publicly say when you are in a relationship, man or woman. You never do that. That's enough for me to dump you. You never go out in public and say that, even if it's true, because you chose that person and you claim you love that person. You're hurting that person's feelings saying something like that. So you're embarrassing them. So I can't say right now, but what I will say is that learn what you can, y'all, about the stock market. Use TikTok, use resources to learn about it. All it is basically a company that's growing decides to go public, meaning you get to buy a piece of the company. And the shares are not as expensive when they first do this. And you buy up pieces of it or a whole share. And if the company becomes extremely successful, your money keeps doubling and growing and you become rich that way. And you have extra money to retire. You have extra money. You know, that's all it is. It's gambling, legal gambling, making an investment, taking a risk on a company. You know, okay, I'll give 200 to it. It looks like this could be the future. It might do well. Yada, yada, yada. And then the money grows that way. And in some cases, you can lose the money. The company doesn't do well. You have to be able, it's a gamble. So you have to be able to give away money with a risk that it might do well or it might not do well. But if you have a hunch, like AI, come on now, we already know what's going to happen with that. If you can invest in that when you're able to, that would just be smart with the way we see things going. So, let's see. I did not hear about a 29-year-old that went missing in Pennsylvania. No, I haven't heard about that. Kim says it doesn't seem like Stephen or Stefan is making her not do what she wants to do. It doesn't seem that way. But I know when a woman is being satisfied, she doesn't usually talk like that. Not usually. I mean, something's going on. Again, I don't know if it's a bedroom problem or he's not giving her attention, something. So, and I ain't trying to say that to diss him, but this is a real thing. When women start whining and being unhappy all the damn time, something's wrong, or she's not feeling fulfilled. It's like that movie Temptation, The Diary of a Marriage Counselor with Tyler Perry, how she married young and she actually couldn't compare and she didn't know what she wanted. So, and we saw what happened at the end, which was terrible, but it's very similar to me a little bit. So, Okay, so look, that is it. My battery is actually going out. So, yes, my birthday is coming. Thank you, Tracy, for the donation. Hold on, let me check to see. Thank you for the donation. I really appreciate it. And anyone else, you know, it'd be great to order some Chinese food or something. So anybody want to donate $30, go on. I'm right here. So thank you so much. That is it. Thank you, everybody. I really enjoyed talking to y'all. I haven't been live like this on camera in a while, and I'll be doing that more. I actually have I have an interesting call-in show coming up soon. So that is it. Please get those likes up. I greatly appreciate it. Love talking to you. And if you have any stories, I'll have my email in the description box. Okay, I have to add that later on if you want to contact me about any stories or anything. And that's it, everybody. You all take care. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. All right. And again, as far as that title about the 5-year-old, I mean, it's an important story. That's why I put it in there. It's one of the most important stories of the night. And I don't know how else to say it. That's what happened to her. I didn't give the details of who did it and how old they were until I discussed it in here. And I wanted it to catch your attention. That's why I put it in the title, because it's so important. Again, let me put her GoFundMe up again. Again, if I find her GoFundMe, which I will have her GoFundMe as the first comment pinned. Okay. So you can donate to her for her medical needs to recover. And her mom might have a lawyer and try to press charges or something. So far they've raised $83,000. Hopefully they'll get even more. So that is it, everybody. You all take care. Have a good night. Bye. Talk to you again soon.